This is the plaintiff, Mark Green. He says he was working for the defendant, a general contractor, and on the job she slipped and broke her leg. She asked him to testify and be her witness because she was going to sue, and if she won a judgment, she'd pay him $1,000. Well, she won all right. He heard the judgment was for 45 large. And do you think the defendant held up her end of the bargain and paid him his $1,000? That's right, a big fat no. So he's suing here and now. This is the defendant, Rita Alday. She says she did ask the plaintiff to tell her lawyer what happened the day she slipped, and he did his civic duty. She never ever promised the guy money. In fact, it's downright disgusting he would actually make up a story like this and try to extort money from her. Oh, him? Ha! She's accused of not paying off a witness.
Did I guess have been sworn, Your Honor?
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mark Green?
Yes.
You are suing Rita Alday for $1,000, the amount you say she owes you because she promised to pay you if you served as a witness for her on a case, and she has since settled the case and has refused to pay you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Your Honor, I met Rita, the defendant, about 3 years ago, probably around 2009. She was actually acting as a contractor for a project she was doing on a house, and asked me if I would do some work for her, and I said yes. It turned out to be she wanted me to dig a trench for her. So from that time on, she it was pretty close to the last day before I would have had the job completed.
And that was how many days into it?
That was like maybe 4 days into it.
Okay.
The fifth day, I believe it was, before I was finished, I came around the corner and she fell on a woman's property.
Okay.
And broke her femur.
Did you see her fall?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
What did she fall on?
She tripped over the sidewalk. I guess the height of it had something to do with it. Okay. Anyway, she fell. I didn't hear from Rita for almost 2 weeks.
But what happened when she fell? Did you run up to her?
Oh yeah, I was gonna help her up, Your Honor.
Okay.
But the thing was, she asked me not to touch her, leave her alone, because she knew she broke something. You know. So I left her on the ground there, until the ambulance came. Ambulance came and got her.
Okay. So who called the ambulance?
I guess the homeowner.
Okay.
The homeowner.
What happened to you that day?
Well, when I get out of the door, it's dark. The owner didn't turn on the light, so you don't see where you're walking, and I fell.
What did you trip on? What was it uneven? What was the problem?
It's like an even surface of the walkway.
It was an uneven surface. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you went with the ambulance, and what was the damage?
I broke my right femur.
Oh goodness. Okay. So did you have surgery?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And they put a rod in my leg.
And they put a rod in your leg. Okay. So you institute a lawsuit against the homeowner.
Yes.
Correct? And according to him, you told him, if you testify for me, I'll what?
Well, the thing was, she stated to me, she says, I need your help. And I said, yeah. I said, well, I told her straight out, I don't really want to get involved with this. I said, I don't want to get involved with, oh, don't worry about it, I'll take care of you. That was the word I heard. Okay.
Wait, back it up, because I want to know exactly how it works. Somebody calls you and says, will you tell people what you saw? You're a witness. And you say, I don't want to get involved.
I told her I did not want to get involved in it because I knew it was going to matter of me going back and forth to court, testifying for her and then stuff like that. I didn't want to get involved with it. And I'm saying that would have involved me taking time off for the jobs I was doing and stuff.
No?
So I told her no, I didn't want to get involved with it.
And then she said,
she was talking about, she said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll buy my sister's car for you. So I said, okay, I wasn't talking about no $10,000 car or nothing like that, just even a hoopty, put it like that.
A hoopty. Testimony like for a hoopty.
Yeah. But I'm saying something would have been better than nothing, what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. That's how I am.
So she tells you that I know you need a car, and what else is she saying?
She was going to get the car, buy the car off her sister.
And then you say...
And I started thinking about it. I said, that car her sister had was smoking.
That car was
actually smoking because I know people who looked at the car.
Smoking as in good? Or smoking as in smoking bad?
Yeah, it was smoking.
Okay.
It was smoking. So I said, no, I don't want the car. I said, give me $1,000. I said, I'll take $1,000. I said, oh, okay, I can do that. Okay, now it goes on for maybe 2 or 3 more years. This case
years.
does.
And what is it you have to do during that time?
Okay, I went to a lawyer's a couple times in the town of Norwich. Twice I had to go redo the statement over for her. Meanwhile, she's bugging me all the time. Mark, I got this paperwork for you. I want you to check it out.
So then what happens is years pass.
Years pass.
You're not taken care of. Do you ever call her and tell her, hey, what's going on?
No, I lived in the same building now. I moved into the same building
Oh my
as
God,
her.
what are the odds?
You know
All
what I'm
right, so
saying?
now you're in the same building.
So she's my landlord now.
Wait, no, she's your landlord? For real? Are you his landlord? Oh my God. Do you have a lease?
Yeah.
Do you have a lease?
Oh, not now. It expired.
So now you're month to month and you're suing your landlord?
On week to week.
You're week to week? Aren't you worried she's going to evict you because you sued her?
No, I'm not worried about that.
Because you don't care if you have to leave?
What? No, I'm at the point where I'm saying I'm almost ready to do that anyway.
Okay. So what made you finally sue? You found out she settled?
Yeah, I called the lawyer. I talked to her attorney after.
Do you know how much she settled for?
No, that wasn't given to me. See, here's what it was.
So you ended up having to give a statement,
Yeah.
talk to her lawyer,
Yeah.
and come back for a deposition?
Yeah, this is a second lawyer.
Okay.
This is a second lawyer. That's not the first lawyer.
You tell me what's going on.
I never promised anything. I asked Mark Green for his to do his civil duty, and no promises were made.
Something tells me
And
Mark Green might not voluntarily do his civic duty. I don't know why I say that, but there's something about Mark Green
She knows that.
that
Because
Mr.
he
Green wants
wants
green. And Mr. Green is not going to do his civic. Mr. Green is exactly the kind of guy
she knows
who
that.
would look
She
you right.
knows that.
Just a second.
She knows
Just
that.
a second.
One sec.
Mr. Green's exactly the kind of guy who would look you in the eye and say, "What's in it for me?" That's the kind of guy he is.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't be so proud of that,
Yeah.
but that's the kind of guy he is.
Oh yeah, he can lie and look in you directly to the eyes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
stop talking.
He
And
can do that. He's very good at that. He's very good in lying.
okay, well, you tell me what happened.
I never did anything promising this guy of any monetary or promise something that doesn't belong to me. He wanted the money because that's what he wanted.
Okay, well, what did you lead him to believe you'd be giving him the money if he just cooperated?
I just asked him. He was there when I fell. Will he witness what happened to me?
And what did he say?
He said yes.
And so he just went each and every time to to talk to your lawyer, to fill out statements, even though there was going to be nothing in it for him.
Only one time he went to my lawyer that my lawyer asked me if I can bring him there to hear what he write in the statement is true.
Okay, and
So
did he
I
go to a
bring him-
deposition?
No, not deposition.
And
Just
according
my
to you,
lawyer.
you did go to a deposition, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, and did you ever promise him anything in return for helping you out and taking all this time out and going through this trouble?
No, Mom, I cannot do that. That's
Why can't you do
bribing
that?
your witness.
Wait,
That's
stop.
against
Why
the
can't
law.
you do that?
That's no good.
Why is
a
it no
witness
good?
should witness what he see,
Yeah,
and that's all that there's supposed to be.
right,
Nothing more.
right.
When we went
Do you
to
think this does not go on?
Excuse me?
Do you think it doesn't go on that people pay people to be witnesses? The illegal part is if you're paying somebody to be a witness and they're lying, you're paying them to lie, and you know you're paying them to lie, that you'd land in jail. But if you are worried about somebody not cooperating and you offer him money, the obligation that you or your lawyer have is to tell the other side you did that, answer truthfully if the other side asks. Would anybody ask you at a deposition whether or not you were receiving any remuneration, any money for?
No.
The question wasn't asked?
No. I asked.
The question wasn't asked?
No.
Oh my God!
No.
Honestly, where do these people
when
get their
I
law
had
degrees?
when I spoke to her, the second attorney, Your Honor, and I called her attorney and said, I'm not testifying for her.
Okay.
You know, she was really rotten and mean at the time, and I said I wasn't going to do it. I told her attorney. And I said, and besides, I said, she told me she was going to promise me she was going to help me out with what's name. And I said, I'm not doing it unless I get it in writing. You know what I'm
And
saying?
what did the attorney
so
say?
the attorney said, I can have that done. We can arrange that,
And did
right?
they?
Right? No, because I'm saying, after I spoken to the attorney, you know, this is after I spoke to the attorney says, we can have that arranged. I guess it was 2 weeks later, I guess it was settled out of court. I
Did
never
your
got the
case-
chance
did
to
your
put it
case
in
settle?
writing. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did it settle for?
62,000.
Oh, I couldn't get $5. I couldn't get $10. Oh.
He got more than that, Your
Why
Honor.
wouldn't you just do it for that warm, fuzzy, all-over glow? You know they can subpoena you. Of course you can subpoena somebody. Stop. You don't need to pay anybody to testify. If they saw something, your lawyer can drag them in and subpoena them. You're probably going to spend more than $1,000 getting investigators, going to courts, paying your lawyer to go to court, trying to drag the person in. So sometimes people just go ahead and handle it a different way, like the way he's saying that they handle it. What is it that would make Mr. Green, who clearly is angry that you have apparently settled your lawsuit without considering him, taking care of him. The problem I'm having is that you want me to believe that he's the kind of guy who would do this for the fuzzy, warm, all-over glow of civic mindedness. And I got to tell you, he doesn't strike me like that kind of guy.
He's a liar in a lot of things.
Do you understand the irony of that?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can you, if you're a litigant in a case, can you go to somebody and say, look, I know you're a witness for me. I'll give you $100 if you testify?
No.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
Is it really?
I think so.
What do you think?
I think it's probably illegal.
Why?
Well, because you can't tamper with a witness.
Well, all you're saying is, look, I'll pay you for your trouble. If you take time off work, I'll give you $100 for your trouble.
But that would be tampering with a witness. That's making the decision go for you, and it's not fair.
Well, but you're not putting words in their mouth. You're just saying I'll compensate you for coming to court.
You still can't do it. It's against the law. I mean, if I gave you $100 and told you, okay, well, go to court and something happens to me.
I can answer it. I'll take the money. There you go. That's just me going inside the courtroom.
Do you understand that you're telling me that the guy who's a liar is the very guy who your whole case was based on? Him, the liar, is the one who was your whole case.
It depends for what he lied about.
Oh, okay. So he's telling the truth about your case, but he's telling the truth when it helps you, but he's lying when it's against you.
The thing is, he can lie with a lot of things. He can look in my face and say, there's no heat in my house when there's heat. Right to my face.
You know what, Ms. Alday? I walked out here thinking, oh, this guy's just angry that he had to testify and that he thought maybe she made some amorphous claim about, I'll take care of you, and then he thought she'd take care of him, but there's no real... But I'm pretty clear you offered this man $1,000 for his testimony. I'm pretty stinking clear about it. And you know what? If that's how you want to roll and run that risk, of course, I can't imagine being an attorney, taking a deposition and not asking every single witness whether they were offered something in return for their testimony. That's bizarre to me. And of course, if an attorney or a litigant decides to pay someone for their testimony and that comes out and then a jury hears it, they're going to think that person's worthless. But I guess you or your attorney figure that if you settle it, jury will never hear it and it'll be worth it. You'll have a really good witness for you. Either way, all I've got to concern myself with is this. Did you offer this man $1,000 to not hassle you and just go through with stuff? And I think you did. I think you did, because it would have cost you more to compel him to testify based on attorney time and based on having subpoenas and then making sure you could find him so he wouldn't duck the subpoena. You had to make sure this guy stuck around and had a reason to, because he is not the kind of guy who just does his civic duty. He's just not. He's not. So I know you promised him something so that you wouldn't have to go through that hassle. And if it weren't for that, you wouldn't have 62 grand in your pocket. So frankly, I think you should just pay up. $1,000 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Well, here comes the defendant after losing this case. Here, stand right next to me here. Come on in a little bit. What's your reaction to the judge's verdict?
Well, that's the judge, how the judge feel about it. Yes. What can I say?
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel right because I didn't promise anything. But that's the way she look at it, so...
Yeah.
You know.
So are you going to let him... He can still live there, right? And
What?
He can still live... you're the landlord. He's still welcome to live in your place, right?
I don't know, but I've been telling him I don't need his rent. He can go anytime.
Okay. All right. All right, you just head right down this way, okay? Okay, right?
This way, this way.
Okay.
Thank you. Come on. Let's get you out of here.
All right, so come on in here. What's your feeling on this? How it came out?
You know, she lied all from the start. It was a big lie, one big lie after another, you know, and she told me she was going to get me the car or give me the money. She didn't do it. Matter of fact, she got more money than I thought she got. I thought she only got about $45,000.
I saw your reaction.
She said $60,000 and couldn't give me $1,000.
You never knew that until you heard it in court?
No, I didn't, because I couldn't actually ask her lawyer how much she settled for, because her lawyer wouldn't have divulged that information to me.
You think you're going to be looking for a new place to live pretty soon, or what?
You know, really, I pay a weekly rent. Every time I get my check, I give it to her. She cashes it. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like she can throw me out. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, you got a little bit more to pay the rent now.
I know.
Over to Harvey.
Okay, so you guys are all wrong. It's illegal to pay a witness, but if the other side is smart, the first thing they ask the witness is, did that person pay you to come to court? And as soon as they say yes, it really, really damages their credibility. So that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.